Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look again at the Catch Cup. We're going to have here a team around Carbink, but also on the Aurorus. Aurorus is actually a very cool Pokemon for this current meta. At least I had a great time with this team and it actually worked out super well. Of course, Carbink is one of the best Pokemon right now to use here in this meta, especially as a lot of people are not really prepared. Even a Poliwrath does not want to face this Pokemon. As you're going to see here right now, they're going to go for the Power Punch. We don't care. We already have a shield advantage. We can go for the Moonblast, and Carbink is just overpowered. As we can see here, going to do a ton of damage. I can realign if I want to, but I don't want to because I can still win this without aligning, as I can now swap out, farm them all the way down. They of course still get to a move. Of course I'm going to shield this one, and of course it's going to be a Power Punch. But at least you're going to get out of this matchup with a ton of energy, and the opponent's Shadow Galvantula will not appreciate this incoming Leaf Blade, as we're going to get the shield from the opponent already. We can use our own shield. They're going to go for their lunge, and I will be able to knock them out now, as they're still going to have a Pokemon left in the back, as well as they're going to be able to have a ton of energy here right now. So as we're going to see right now, they're going to have a Politoed, and there's not a lot that they can do about this. So yeah, this team is fairly simple. We're going to have Carbink as a Safe with Tackle, which is going to allow you to bait out potential answers to a Rock-type Pokemon while still having Moonblast to knock out Fighting-type Pokemon. And we have a very squishy lead of Lurantis, but of course we are trying to usually catch a move onto our Carbink. I have no idea, by the way, why the opponent is running the wrong fast move here. I'm fairly certain they just built the Aromatisse and just didn't look at the fast move. Happens to me quite often. You never really see those battles, but the amount of times where I play a Pokemon and then all of a sudden in the first battle I remember, why do I have Bite Hydreigon? Is quite often. It's honestly quite often. I lose a lot of battles because I just forget to change moves, especially if I have a new Pokemon build or if I use the Pokemon for raids before. So that's totally fine as well. But yeah, do you have already a good Carbink now? Like, the Go Fest is currently going on. I think when you see this video right now, it's currently the Saturday evening, literally late at night, and you should see this on Sunday morning. So this should be, well, most people are going to go out for the Go Fest, I guess. So most people most likely don't even watch this one, like yesterday, where the view count was ridiculously low, which is totally understandable. By the way, the opponent got 2 defense drops back to back with Psychic there. Good job there. Yeah, totally understandable, of course. People are going for the Go Fest, and that's totally fine. Especially as we are currently in Catch Cup and also at the end of the season. So hopefully we're going to get some information for the upcoming season on, I would imagine, on Tuesday. If it's not Tuesday, I would be very surprised. Maybe Monday already would be very cool. But can't wait to actually make really cool videos again for the new season. Even though I'm mostly going to do less for the new season, as I'm going to start studying again. Just not full-time, but half-time basically for studying. So we have to see how it's gonna go. I'm still not going to go anywhere, but I might not be able to bring that many videos anymore, or like not as many as usual, but still quite a lot, so like there's nothing to worry about. Here we're going to see the Escavalier against us. We're going to now let this first move go through, as we can still take a Drill Run, and some of them are running the move Acid Spray, which is a little bit annoying. As we can go ahead and go for a Rock Slide, we will be able to get them fairly low, and we could reach another one, and I kinda want to reach another one, because actually Escavalier is a core breaker for this team. Destroys my lead, destroys my Pokemon in the back, destroys also Carbink usually, but not if we're going to be able to just knock them out with a Rock Slide here, as we now can still go ahead, swap out, go for the Leaf Blade against the opponent's Walrein. I can let this move not go through because I'm going to shield this move up, of course. I would have never said something wrong, as they're going to now get out the opponent's Pelipper. And now it's kinda a guessing game. I kinda have to try to catch a move from the Pelipper onto my Carbink. And I kind of have to get out of the matchup with my Aurorus with some energy stored. So this is going to be a little bit of a tough one. We're going to see the Weather Ball coming through. I thought they would go back to back. They didn't go back to back. They even got my energy here right now. So yeah, this is going to be a good game, as I actually can still go for the Weather Ball here right now. Maybe not all hope is lost yet. But we're going to see the Walrein coming in, and of course, they're going to have a ton of energy stored already. This is going to be the Earthquake, and this is going to be a goodbye from the Aurorus. But we're going to have more matchups coming up here, where Aurorus really wrecked opponents. In general, I think I went something like 11-4 or something with this team. Definitely a really good team. Like, honestly, can highly recommend you, if you have the Pokemon for, to build this for the Catch Cup. If you have, like, especially if you want to build the Pokemon anyway. For example, my Aurorus is a rank 8 shiny Aurorus for the Great League, which is really cool to have. and my Carbink are already built anyway, and my Lurantis is a rank 1 variant, so that's totally fine. Here we're actually going to have a mirror match against Carbink, but the issue is here, right now for us at least, that we are running the move Tackle, and the opponent's running the move Rock Throw. Rock Throw is the better one in the mirror, but Tackle is cooler as a safe swap in my opinion, just because you're gonna get to the moves a little bit easier, as well as you're going to go for consistent damage. This is the thing with, for example, the Rock Throw. If you use it as a safe swap, usually you get Pokemon out of the way that you don't really want to face usually with this Pokemon, but you can still deal with them a little bit because this Pokemon is busted. So, the thing is with Carbink as a safe swap here, for example, with Tackle, you A, generate energy faster, but B, you guarantee to do 1 damage every turn, which is every half a second, which is a very, very beneficial for Carbink in general, because you're going to just do damage, like no matter what. For example, if you have like Rock Throw, a lot of times you're going to end up against something like a Steel type at the end of the day, or against a Ground type, and you do like 1 damage every 2 turns. And the difference is actually quite significant if you go like over a long distance, especially if you use shields, for example. So, for example, if you're going to end up against the Galarian Stunfisk with your Carbink as a safe swap, Tackle does actually quite some decent damage. You can still take an Earthquake, and you put them around like, I don't know, 40%, 30% at the end of a day. So like it's totally actually an okay matchup for you with Tackle, but with Rock Throw you basically do no damage and you don't generate energy as fast either. That's why you use Tackle as a safe swap, just for you to know. But yeah, Rock Throw, you can also use Rock Throw as a safe swap if you want to. I just prefer Tackle as a safe swap. Rock Throw is better as a lead and also as a closer. Here we're going to have now the opponent's Poliwrath against us, and of course they're running the one moveset that I don't want to face. They are running the Power Up Punch moveset, which is really bad for us, as they're actually going to be able to knock me out in the 2-shield scenario, which I did not expect it. So at this point of time, I'm forced to use a shield, and we're going to see that they're going to run Scald, of course, but Carbink is very strong, especially with Tackle, allowing us to get the opponent in range for the Moonblast, but also get to the Moonblast a little bit faster. Was really cool here and very beneficial for us, as the opponent decides to go into the Weezing. The best move they can go for is the Poliwrath. This is not the Poliwrath, this is an Overheat. And they're going to go ahead now and go into their Credilli, which is also an interesting matchup, because we can do some decent damage here, and we can also outspeed them and go for a Superpower. And let's take a look at this Superpower. It just one-shots them, and now there's just a Weezing standing around, having the best move basically with Overheat here. It's just neutral against us. Our Aurorus is fairly bulky, to be fair. It's around, I think, the bulk that, I think like around like Tapu Fini bulk level for Great League. So it's totally fine. Going to be able to nuke the opponent, and we can move on to the next game. I think Aurorus is a cool Pokemon for certain special cups, so definitely a Pokemon that can have some use in the future as well. So I'm totally happy to build a very good one for it. I have also a very good one for the Ultra League, which I just still want to build because I really enjoyed using this Pokemon there as well. So there are quite a lot of Pokemon that I still want to build. And here we're going to actually now encounter the Dub Wall, where we can take a Body Slam onto our Carbink, where it does no damage. Look at this matchup. This is most likely an XL variant of Azumarill. And we have a Rock type against the opponent here. Their moves are going to be neutral, and our moves are also going to be neutral. But as you can see here right now, how strong Carbink is. Like, it is ridiculous. We're going to get the opponent super low, but I can even take another move here. Like, I can take another one, and I think I will be able to win this matchup in the Zero Shield scenario. At least it's going to be insanely close, and it's a very bad matchup. I win this matchup in the Zero Shields. Wait, that doesn't make sense. We are a Rock type. The opponent is a Water type. They do super effective damage with a fast move. I have neutral Tackle damage, where Tackle is not even a good fast move, as well as not Stab. Like, I don't know, Carbink just doesn't make sense. This Pokemon is just way too good. Really hope that there are going to be some buffs for like Steel type charge moves and stuff like this, so we see maybe some different Steel types other than Galarian Stunfisk, which would be very, very nice. So honestly, for MEWeedle, I really hope that they buff the Double Iron Bash. Double Iron Bash is just not worth it on this Pokemon, and it would be cool in every league. Like, even in the Great League, I would expect that if like Double Iron Bash would be really, really strong, like Leaf Blade Clone, or a little bit lower, maybe a little bit lower than this, would actually have some play in all leagues, which would be really cool. So I really hope that MEWeedle gets some buff. Let me know in the comment section what Pokemon you want to see to get some buff for the upcoming season. I actually made a lot of videos already about it. There are still some other videos that I want to do as well about potential bust for the upcoming, or like after the upcoming season, but I cannot really prepare anything right now because I'm waiting for new moves to come out and whatever, and like the new move update in general to come out. But there's definitely going to be eventually a video about new potential moves that could come to the game, which would be also very good for the meta, so definitely stay tuned for that one as well. If you're interested in general in all those topics, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As you're going to see here right now, a Weezing getting completely hardwared by the Carbink. Weezing here is running Brutal Swing as well as the Overheat. I have no idea why the opponent decides to lock their Weezing into the Carbink here, but I'm totally fine with this one. I will be able to farm them down, and we're going to now encounter the next Pokemon coming in, going to be an Aurorus. So they're basically triple weak against Carbink, which is not the best thing for them, because I will be able to just go for the Carbink spam here, going for another charge move against the opponent, going to get the shield, and we can go into our own Aurorus. Easy one. We can just shield this move up and we win this game. Or I can just no-shield and completely through the game and just completely rage quit afterwards. This is what be also an option, but let's take a look at the next game. Maybe that's gonna be a little bit better. Honestly, I wish I would be a little bit more tryhard again. But of course, it's like end of the season or something. Maybe I'm going to try really hard for the upcoming season. I'm not sure about it yet though. Because I feel like, I don't know, for like tournaments and stuff like this, I'm not gonna participate in too many tournaments in the upcoming season, just out of time reasons, to be fair, and also out of money reasons, because it's expensive to travel around the world. For me now, after COVID, I was able to at least see a little bit of the world, but yeah, it's expensive. I don't get sponsored by anybody for it or anything like this. Anyway, like Niantic doesn't even know I exist, most likely. But yeah, like it's a little bit expensive, so I'm most likely not going to be at too many tournaments. But still, like for tournaments, I would not be currently in a form where I would think that I would be able to compete really. And I kind of want to change for the upcoming season. Of course, yeah, I hit Legend very easily again this season as well, even though I think it was actually the latest ever for me. I think it was like still like 5 weeks, I think, before this season ends, so like not close at all. But I wish I would be a little bit in a better form. I definitely make a lot of mistakes, and I definitely kind of want to work on this. So hopefully we can work on this together in the upcoming season. I know what I'm doing wrong, and I know why I'm doing it wrong, mainly actually because of the game state. I always hate when I have frame drops, and it literally always makes me, I don't know, losing track of the opponent's energy and stuff like this, so it's a little bit awkward. Here, I definitely was counting the opponent's energy very easily, as I will be able to catch the Breaking Stripe onto our Carbink, and they're gonna go ahead and go into their Poliwrath. This is a fighting type, man. A fighting type that definitely does not want to encounter the Moonblast by our good friend Carbink here, as we're going to be able to go for the Moonblast here right now. That's going to get shielded, and that's totally fine for me, because our tackle actually going to put them into range for one Leaf Blade, which is going to be amazing and exactly what we want to do here. We will get the Scald onto our Carbink and can go for a Leaf Blade here, I think nearly on the CMP tie as well, which would be nice. And we're going to get the knockout here. We can go for a superpower here right now against the opponent's Dragon-type Pokemon Hexorus, and we can now swap out, have a superpower stored, and they're going to have the Dapple in the back, and I can just go freely here for a Meteor Beam. Either they're no shield and they gotta get kinda one-shotted, not completely one-shot, they would survive in like I think the red health here from this range. Or they're going to give me the final shield, and now they're completely open for the superpower of our good friend the Lurantis in the back. So there is nothing the opponent can do here at this point of time. This is going to be just a body slam. We're gonna get knocked out, but they're gonna go ahead and have to take this superpower, and this is all this Dapple will survive, and we can now move on to the final game of today's video. Again, most likely not a lot of people are going to watch this one anymore. It's Catch Cup, it is Go Fest right now. For everybody who's still listening at this point of time, you're definitely an MVP, as you now see here the Greninja matchup in the lead. Honestly, I'm surprised. I love Greninja, and honestly, Greninja is so overpowered that even this matchup is not even that great for Lurantis. Like, Lurantis easily gets outsped by the opponent's Greninja, which is wild because Lurantis is like super fast, like literally rapid. But I will be able to still go for a superpower, get them low, swap into my Carbink. If they have the standard moveset, they have nothing to hit Carbink. So at this point of time, we can just go ahead, go for the full farm down here against the opponent. And turns out they don't have the standard moveset. They actually have Wild Charge onto their Pokemon, which I don't know where they went first for a Weezing, then for a Wild Charge, and most likely would have been even able to go for 2 Wild Charges. But it's fine, as we can go straight for the Moonblast here, knock out the opponent's Greninja, and now it's just a lonely Wigglytuff or Wiggling in the back there, as we can go for the Rock Slide to get them into range, where I can just go for maybe even just a Leaf Blade to knock them out. But they're even going to give me the shield here, which is amazing. I'm just going to go for a fast one here. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide, swap out now into my Lurantis. Lurantis has some energy. They actually throw for whatever reason. I can go for a shield, go for a Leaf Blade, knock them out. And that's going to be it for today's video. There is nothing really crazy about this final battle here, as we can easily win this one. Great team. Highly recommend you if you have the Pokemon. They're all spawned during the season for sure, so you should have them. And yeah, definitely a great team for the final push. Maybe if you want to hit Legend or something still in the season. Definitely a good one for that. But I'll see you then. Bye-bye.